This is fun that we get together and just do this. I don't really even like.
Fuck it, I don't care.
I don't know. I can't believe you put up some of those things you put up. I was just
Sorry.
like,
Well, I told you.
I was like, it's out there now. I'm like, I don't think
back.
anyone's gonna look at most of these.
No. But here's the thing. Like, I'm trying to tie it to how human beings make decisions. You know, because most of us are spiritual or religious to some degree, and it affects how we make decisions and how we operate as a society. So I think we should be talking about those things like religion and belief.
It's tough though, because some people are so hateful about it.
That's true.
Like, a lot of people are so set in their ways when it comes to those things, regardless of what religion they're in.
Right.
Like, there aren't that many open-minded people that are like, I mean, I guess there are some, but
No, well, you know, I have a pessimistic view of some religious people sometimes.
yeah, I mean, well, you understand my beliefs at least to a degree. What do you think about, like, when I say some of the things I say? Does it offend you? Does it make you angry?
No, I love it. I would love to sit down in a room with like a priest, a rabbi, some Hindu guru, or whatever they're called. I don't know what to call them. But yeah, I would love to sit in a room with like.
I think they do call them gurus.
Okay, good. But I would love to sit down in a room and just have everyone talk. And then I'd just be the guy be like, I kind of believe in stuff, but I don't know anything. I don't even watch the atheist things. There's famous atheists, and I read atheist books.
I think some atheists are so far that it is almost as much a religion and an idea and a principle, because believing in nothing is believing in something. Like, you're believing, the chance of nothingness, like, that's a very profound idea.
Yeah.
And if you really believe that very strongly, that becomes your, I don't know, what do you call it, your ideology?
Yeah, for some reason I felt to say dogma.
Dogma, yeah, sure. That's almost like a religion then in itself, in and of itself, isn't it?
Well, there are some people who just, I feel like, don't believe and kind of let it be. There are another set of people who see what religion does to the world, or some negative aspects, and rail against it. So they, I think, preach the atheism thing. And I feel like I've learned the most about my spiritual life through atheists, because they see what's wrong. Like, they should put the mirror on you and say, hey, this is what's not good about what you believe. And I'm like, oh, you know what, you're kind of right. Why is that? And then I question it and try to figure out what is out there and what's going on.
I think that's really fascinating, like that connection you made with atheists really being able to flip that mirror.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the things I feel about a lot of our religions, I think, seem a little primitive.
Mm-hmm.
I think we haven't advanced them very far yet. And once we have a higher level of consciousness in terms of our spirituality, we'll laugh at some of these holy wars that we've had with each other, because a lot of the very basic concepts behind all religions are so similar.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the basic guiding principles are very, very, whether it's Hinduism, Muslims, Islam,
Mm-hmm.
Christianity, Judaism,
Yeah.
like, aren't a lot of the guiding principles very much the same? We use different terminology for things, right?
Yeah.
Even a lot of the holidays and the core stories and things have very similar.
In my world religion class I took in college, there's you could call it a parable, a story that was told at the very beginning of class, and I loved it, and it stuck with me. And people might have heard it, you might have heard it. But this guy gathers 4 different people into a room. They're blindfolded, they can't see what's going on, and he brings them to an elephant. And he has them feel each part of the elephant.
4 people, he brings them into a room,
Yeah.
they're blindfolded, and there's an elephant. Sorry, I just want to make sure
Yeah.
I was like, wait, did I follow everything you just said? Remember, I'm a little slow, so I have trouble keeping up sometimes.
That's all right. So he has each of them feel a different body part. One feels a tail, and they're like, what is this? Like, oh, it feels like a paintbrush, and blah, 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 blah. And the one feels the leg, and it feels like a pillar to him. He's like, oh, this is a pillar. It must hold up the room, or something like that. And the next one feels the tusk. And he's like, oh, feels like ivory. It must be used, whatever I'm holding must be used to make weapons or something like that. And then the 4th person holds the trunk, and he's like, this feels like a hose. Basically, the point is they feel 4 different parts of the elephant and think it's completely different things. They don't realize they're feeling the same animal. It's like we're all grasping for the same truth.
That's a
but
great.
we're feeling different parts of it.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, that's why I, being the collectivist that I am, or Unitarian if you want to call it that, because I didn't realize Unitarians had it first.
I don't know if there's a first thing.
That's
I think
true.
even that's still a religion that's just learning. That's the context you just set that up with. I
Yeah.
think that's like what I was trying to say, but said a lot more eloquently and tangibly. Is that a word? Tangibly?
Tangibly, yeah, that's good.